I don't think people understand the gravity of this situation. Breaking news. Be the first to know what everyone will be talking about tomorrow. Let's dive in. This video covers the recent judicial block on Trump's executive order ending birthright citizenship. Stay tuned for the full story. The United States found itself embroiled in yet another heated debate over immigration as a federal judge in Seattle delivered a significant blow to President Trump's attempt to dismantle birthright citizenship. Judge John Coffenor issued a temporary restraining order against the president's executive order, which sought to end automatic citizenship for children born on U.S. soil to undocumented immigrants. The executive order aimed to restrict what Trump deemed as anchor babies. Trump argued the 14th Amendment was being misinterpreted and exploited. However, Judge Coffenor's ruling halted the executive order. The decision was a victory for immigrant rights advocates, providing temporary relief for many families. The legal battle was far from over, setting the stage for a contentious showdown in the courts. The ink on President Trump's executive order was barely dry before a barrage of legal challenges came hurtling toward the White House. Leading the charge were organizations like the American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU, and the National Immigration Law Center, NILC, their legal teams armed with decades of experience defending the rights of immigrants. They argued that the executive order represented a blatant disregard for the 14th Amendment and the very foundation of American democracy. From the bustling metropolis of New York City to the sun-drenched streets of Los Angeles, lawsuits sprung up across the nation, each one a testament to the widespread opposition to the president's actions. The courts, often regarded as the final arbiters of justice, became the battleground for this high-stakes showdown. As legal briefs piled up and court dates were set, the nation watched with bated breath, the fate of birthright citizenship hanging precariously in the balance. At the heart of the legal maelstrom surrounding birthright citizenship were the poignant stories of those directly affected by the president's executive order. Families, their lives upended by the looming threat of deportation, bravely stepped forward to share their experiences. One such story was that of Maria, a young pregnant woman who had crossed the border from Mexico fleeing violence and poverty. She risked everything for a better life for her unborn child, who would be granted automatic U.S. citizenship at birth. However, President Trump's executive order threatened to shatter Maria's dreams, casting uncertainty over her child's future. Maria's story resonated deeply with countless other families across the nation. These families, often marginalized, found their voices amplified by the legal challenges against the executive order. Their pleas for justice and compassion cut through the political rhetoric, reminding the nation of the human lives hanging in the balance. Section 4. A Nation's Principles Tested, the 14th Amendment on Trial. At the core of the legal battle over President Trump's executive order lay a fundamental question that struck at the very heart of American identity. What does it mean to be a citizen of the United States? The 14th Amendment, often hailed as a triumph of justice and equality, guaranteed citizenship to all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof. For generations, this seemingly straightforward declaration had been interpreted as granting automatic citizenship to children born on U.S. soil, regardless of their parents' immigration status. This principle, known as birthright citizenship, had become a cornerstone of American democracy, a beacon of hope for immigrants seeking a better life for themselves and their children. However, the Trump administration sought to reinterpret the 14th Amendment, focusing on the phrase "subject to the jurisdiction thereof" as a loophole to deny citizenship to children of undocumented immigrants. Legal scholars, historians, and constitutional experts lined up to denounce the administration's interpretation of the 14th Amendment, pointing to decades of legal precedent and historical context that supported the traditional understanding of birthright citizenship. The very notion of tampering with such a fundamental principle of American democracy sparked outrage and disbelief across the political spectrum. The battle over birthright citizenship was not merely a legal dispute, it was a battle for the soul of America. Section 5. The Administration's Stance, a Controversial Interpretation. Undeterred by the widespread condemnation and legal challenges, the Trump administration remained steadfast in its commitment to ending birthright citizenship, arguing that it was necessary to curb illegal immigration and protect American jobs and resources. The administration's argument hinged on a narrow interpretation of the phrase "subject to the jurisdiction thereof" within the 14th Amendment. They contended that this clause granted the government the authority to exclude certain groups from birthright citizenship, specifically targeting children born to undocumented immigrants and those whose parents were present legally but lacked permanent resident status. Despite the mounting criticism, the Trump administration pressed forward, framing their stance as a necessary step to regain control of the nation's borders and protect American sovereignty. This narrative, however, often relied on inflammatory rhetoric and unsubstantiated claims, fueling anti-immigrant sentiment and deepening the divisions within the nation. Section 6. Judge Kavanagh's verdict, a scathing rebuke. In a move that reverberated throughout the nation, Judge John Kavanaugh delivered a scathing rebuke of President Trump's executive order, issuing a 14-day temporary restraining order that effectively halted its implementation. Judge Kavanaugh, in his ruling, did not mince words, describing the executive order as blatantly unconstitutional and questioning the legal advice the president received before signing it. He expressed incredulity that any lawyer could, in good conscience, support such a blatant disregard for the 14th Amendment and its long-established interpretation. The judge's decision was meticulous and comprehensive, dismantling the administration's arguments point by point. Judge Kavanaugh's ruling, though temporary, provided a much-needed moment of relief for countless families living under the shadow of uncertainty. Section 7. The battle continues: implications and upcoming hearings. While Judge Kavanaugh's ruling provided a temporary reprieve, the battle over birthright citizenship was far from over. The Trump administration, undeterred by the legal setback, vowed to appeal the decision, setting the stage for a protracted legal battle that could ultimately be decided by the Supreme Court. The stakes of this battle could not be higher, with the potential to reshape the fabric of American society for generations to come. If the Trump administration were to prevail, it would fundamentally alter the meaning of American citizenship, creating a tiered system that discriminated based on parentage. The nation watched with bated breath as the drama unfolded, the outcome of which would have profound implications for the future of immigration and the very definition of what it meant to be an American. If this helped you stay ahead, don't forget to like and subscribe. Share it with your friends so they can stay informed too.